Preparation underway right now for July 4th celebrations, where you can watch fireworks shows across the Suncoast.
Plus, Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will let us know if those festivities will be interrupted by these summertime showers.
A local deputy under investigation for exposing himself in a restaurant. Your Suncoast News starts now.
You're watching ABC 7 News at 6.
Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis.
And I'm Jacqueline Matter. Thanks for joining us.
Well, we are watching the weather at this hour. Some very strong thunderstorms affecting much of the Suncoast right now. Here's Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan.
As expected, big storms firing up this afternoon, and now rather intense too, bringing some localized flooding problems. I think that's the biggest concern right now. Besides that, the dangerous lightning that's occurring, that's stretching all the way out to area beaches now. So folks on beaches should not be out there. You should not be outdoors. You should be seeking shelter indoors or in your vehicle at this point, especially on Longboat Key now. And some of these cells will generate lightning outside the rain and out ahead of it in Siesta Key. You know, we saw that lightning death 2 weeks ago. Now, here's what's happening. This storm here has been sitting around for the past, I'd say 15, 20 minutes, and the rainfall rates have been incredible. We're all talking up to almost 3 to 4 inches of rain per hour, and that causes flooding very quickly on some of the area streets. So driving not advised throughout this region. Lightning strikes have been fairly heavy too, 219 just within the last 10 minutes there, 96 of those positive, and those are the stronger ones that can cause fires at times to homes. So we'll keep an eye on this. Slowly working off to the west. Lakewood Ranch, you've had rainfall there for the past 35 to 40 minutes, and again, the rainfall rates have been excessive. The heights of the storm up to 45 to almost 50,000 feet. When you get that kind of height, you also get the possibility of small hail. We saw that yesterday in Parrish. Now, again, it's drifting off to the west. We expect more storms to develop as they push off to the west. You can see this line popping up right here south of Lakewood Ranch. That will eventually move off towards Siesta Key and on into Manasota Beach eventually as well. Well, much more in our forecast. It looks like the 4th of July fireworks, though. Most of this should be over by then. Details on that coming up in a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, Bob, that's some good news there. Well, today on this 4th of July, if you're heading out for any of tonight's fireworks shows, you likely need to give yourself some extra time to get there.
On Siesta Key, traffic and parking have been issues all day long. It's been nearly impossible for drivers to find a place to park. We have team coverage tonight at all of the 4th of July hotspots. Let's
start with ABC 7's Jess Dowdrick, who has been on Siesta Key all day monitoring the situation. Jess, what are the traffic issues out there, and are they getting any better?
Well, Jacqueline and Scott, the story of the day was and is traffic. The cars are lined up. People can't find parking here, but the story right now is the storms. There are some strong storms rolling in. People, as you can see, are evacuating the beach. I've talked to the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office. If they see any lightning, they will be evacuating the beach. Obviously, everyone out there with metal tents and metal umbrellas. It's not a safe environment for them to be in. And as you'll see in just a few seconds, those beaches are crowded right now.
That was 7:30, just because last year I tried to come here 11 o'clock and there was no spots.
Cameron Mooney wasn't the only one.
And I thought 7:30 was early enough, but to be honest, it wasn't. There were still people all over the beach.
Mooney says he couldn't even find a parking spot in the public parking lot and had to pay to park elsewhere.
I don't know what time people are coming here at, but I'm not going to come here any earlier.
The crowds have only gotten bigger throughout the day. Parts of the beach are flooded near the pavilion, so people are packed together like sardines.
This is the busiest day of the year. This is when we have the most people come out.
The Sarasota County Sheriff's Office prepares for these crowds. There are deputies on ATVs and golf carts, others on horseback. And then there are these deputies directing traffic.
There really is not a good spot. The churches used to allow parking, but now a lot of the churches don't even allow parking.
The public parking lot has been filled since 9 a.m. But as a few cars leave, deputies will let a few others in. But to save yourself the headache,
the best thing to do is to have people drop people off and then make arrangements to pick them up later.
Or take an Uber or Lyft. The Siesta Key Breeze Trolley is also running if you need a ride around the Key.
We will have deputies on the beach and in the parking lot and doing traffic control all the way until after midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning.
Now, hasn't started raining here quite yet, but it is thundering, and I did just see the first bolt of lightning, so I'm going to go and take cover. I suggest that you do the same, and if you have any loved ones that are out on the beaches, I think you should urge them to get off the beach at least until these storms roll through. Meteorologist Bob Harrigan expects that to happen before the fireworks show tonight. So for now, live on Siesta Key, Jess Dowdrick, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, Jess, stay safe out there. That's the most important thing. Thank you so much. Well, 4th of July Festival is underway at Sutton Park in Palmetto, just across the bridge from the Bradenton Riverwalk.
ABC 7's Taylor Torregano joins us now live from Palmetto. And Taylor, what's happening at that event?
Good evening, Jacqueline and Scott. I'm at the 6th annual 4th of July celebration here at Sutton Park. There are hundreds of people here, but I'm at one of the most popular places you can see right in front of the beer truck. Now, I'm told all of the proceeds will help support the oldest scholarship Meadow High School. So come out and support if you are planning to come out here. I'm trying to compete. It is a little bit loud. I'm trying to compete against the band. There's a live band who is performing. They're the openers for Charlie Daniels, and Charlie Daniels is the country legend who's coming up just at 6:30. So you have time to come out here, and then also the grand finale. The fireworks starts at 9. We'll see you then. I'm live in Palmetto. Taylor Torregano, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Taylor, thank you. Another popular beach spot looking a bit empty today compared to other years.
ABC 7's Jackie Kelly joins us live now from Venice Beach, where she says the red tide is keeping some people away. Jackie?
That's right, I'm here at Venice Beach, and as you can tell behind me, a lot of people are starting to pack up. Now, this is because we're seeing a lot of dark clouds overhead, but during the day, this beach wasn't crowded at all because of red tide. There's many, dead fish all over the sand, and even driving here, there wasn't much traffic. We were able to get a very good parking spot. So overall, some people did still come out. They were having a little bit of respiratory issues, but they still came out to the beach to celebrate the holiday. Back to you guys.
All right, Jackie, thank you so much. Stay safe out there. Sarasota police are investigating a drowning that happened in Sarasota Bay today. It happened near Centennial Park and the 10th Street boat ramp just after noon. A witness says he was watching boats go by when he heard a man yelling for help. The victim was brought to the shore where rescuers performed CPR, but he did not survive. Police say he was in his mid-50s, but his name has not been released.
A Charlotte County Sheriff's Sergeant is under investigation for allegedly exposing himself at a restaurant last year. Investigators say a couple of Charlotte County deputies were celebrating at a restaurant in Punta Gorda when Sergeant James White unzipped his pants and exposed himself. The incident happened last August, but was reported 9 months later. One internal investigation has ended, but they're still conducting another one. Sergeant White was on temporary paid leave for about 8 months. But he was officially fired last week.
Deputies in Punta Gorda say someone purposefully dumped hundreds of gallons of oil along the side of the road. The Charlotte County Sheriff's Office said it happened on US 41 near Zemmel Road, which is near Borden Dairy and the Charlotte County landfill. Deputies are looking for the person responsible, and Crime Stoppers is offering a reward. If you have any information, call their TIPS hotline.
Volunteers will be cleaning up our beaches first thing tomorrow. Keep Sarasota County Beautiful is hosting a cleanup at 9 area beaches listed there on the screen. More than 150 people have already registered to help. You can help by showing up at any of these beaches tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. and look for the Clean Up Today banner flags at the main pavilions to register and then get some cleaning supplies and go to work.
And if you plan to set off fireworks yourself tonight, there are some rules that you need to keep in mind. State law limits sales to relatively safe fireworks like sparklers and fountains, but certain fireworks are banned, including bottle rockets, Roman candles, and other airborne fireworks. If you're not sure, you can always just leave it up to the professionals. Lots of events here on the Suncoast tonight.
Well, it may not cross your mind, but a group that can be traumatized by fireworks are military veterans. The loud noises and smell of gunpowder can trigger post-traumatic stress disorder. Retired U.S. Sergeant Richard Mooney says he's able to get through it by listening to loud music indoors. He also says talking about it with other vets in his support group helps.
The best person you can talk about that problem is with a fellow brother who's been in the military. It doesn't matter what time period we served. We've all gone through a lot of similar things at different times.
If you plan on setting off fireworks in your neighborhood, even though it's against the law, you can make sure you check with your neighbors to let them know about it ahead of time. Also, try setting off the fireworks at a reasonable hour to avoid surprising anyone trying to go to sleep. Just be a good neighbor.
Another thing to keep in mind as you enjoy your evening, birds are nesting and raising their young at Lido Beach, Longboat Key, and Siesta Beach. Audubon, Florida says setting off fireworks near their nests can disturb the birds to the point where they could abandon their chicks and eggs, leaving their young vulnerable to the heat and predators. Shooting fireworks or disturbing nesting birds can cost you 60 days in jail or a $500 fee.
Today is one of the busiest grilling days of the year. Before you cook some burgers or hot dogs, here's some important safety tips to keep in mind. This comes after 2 women in North Carolina ended up having pieces of bristles in their grilled food. In one case, a tiny grill brush bristle ended up sticking to her burger and then impaled her tongue deep in the back of her mouth. Caused her to have 3 surgeries. With people grilling for the 4th, that woman wants people to be aware that these bristles and grill brushes can be dangerous.
It felt like a sharp piece of glass pierced my tongue. The first surgery, they manipulated my mouth and tongue for 4 hours, and the second surgery for 2 hours. So it's left me with ulcers and no feeling in my tongue.
Doctors recommending use a Brillo pad, stone, or a bristleless brush to clean the grill before you cook. Something to think about tonight. Still to come in your Suncoast News, buried veterans waited more than 100 years for a commemoration that happened today.
Plus, if you're a SeaWorld pass holder, you may be entitled to some cash. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Soldiers in the Army National Guard live up to a set of time-honored principles.
I will always place the mission first.
They stand ready to respond to any crisis.
I will never accept defeat.
They serve in their communities as citizens and as soldiers.
I will never quit.
They train part-time to be ready to serve at all times.
I will never leave a fallen comrade.
Learn more at NationalGuard.com.
Picking out a new ceiling fan? That's a do-it-yourself. Installing your new ceiling fan?
No.
That's a don't do-it-yourself. For ceiling fans, rewires, or anything electrical, play it safe. And call on the trained electricians from your locally owned Mr. Sparky. It's no accident that so many of our customers are repeat customers. Trust Mr. Sparky for all your electrical repairs.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Many websites selling medication may look professional and legitimate, but the vast majority of sites selling prescription drugs are doing so illegally. Criminals use websites to sell counterfeit medications that may contain life-threatening toxins. Dot Pharmacy is a website verification program that helps you identify safe and trustworthy online pharmacies. Purchasing medicine online can be safe and easy. Just look for pharmacy to the right of the dot in website addresses.
At Tidewell Hospice, we know it's never too late to say thank you to our military veterans. The Tidewell Honors Veterans Program has provided care to more than 13,000 military families since 2008. Tidewell volunteers help honor veterans through special pinning ceremonies that demonstrate our appreciation for the freedom our veterans fought to defend. If you know a veteran who can benefit from end-of-life care, call or visit tidewell.org today. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
WWSB ABC 7 is an equal opportunity employer, and we're looking for qualified people to join our dynamic team. For a list of current openings and to apply online, visit www.mysuncoast.com/contact/employment. If you're a motivated team player and you want a rewarding career in a fun, fast-paced working environment, WWSB ABC 7 could be the perfect fit for you. Check out our list of openings now.
After more than a century, an American flag now flies proudly at one of Manatee County's oldest veteran cemeteries in Rebonia. This morning, residents from all over the county attended the ceremony commemorating that new flag, honoring the veterans and family members who were buried there. Jewish Family and Children's Services of Sarasota Manatee and many area residents led the charge in raising more than $1,300 needed to put up that flagpole. Manatee County Veterans Officer Lee Washington says the flag serves as a tribute to the estimated 40,000 veterans living in Manatee County.
I mean, these veterans have served, some of which who have died in service of this country. It's well overdue. We should be able to recognize them, and this flagpole and this flag is doing that now every single day.
Manatee County Commissioner Priscilla Trace, also a guest speaker at this morning's event.
In consumer news, it's important for parents and their kids to remember during the summer months, playground equipment can become very warm, even hot. The heat can turn a playground into an oven before the afternoon even hits. Playground equipment on the Suncoast was recently measured as hot as 175 degrees. Firefighter Joe Nix says 120 degrees can cause second-degree burns. Anything above 140 degrees will cause third-degree skin lesions. Nix says parents should look out for any equipment with hard plastic, especially those with dark colors and black rubber, adding that if it is hot to you, it will be even hotter for your child.
With these temperatures, just playing on the playground, it can be very, very dangerous. And,
so would you suggest parents just not bring their kids out here?
In the hottest part of the day, don't bring them out.
Fire officials say the best way to avoid injury is to touch the equipment with the back of your hand to check the temperature before your child plays on it.
SunPass toll transactions are finally starting to be processed 22 days after an expensive upgrade to the system was expected to be finished. FDOT thanking customers for their patience as the SunPass customer service system posts millions of transactions in the order they were made. The state agency says 4 million have been processed so far.
SeaWorld pass holders may be getting a big payout as part of a class action lawsuit against the park. Thousands of customers who purchased passes between December of 2008 and 2014 could soon receive a refund as part of a nearly $12 million settlement. Plaintiffs accuse SeaWorld of violating the Electronic Funds Transfer Act when it continued to charge customers for renewed annual passes after fees had already been paid. If the court approves the settlement agreement, eligible pass holders will receive a check in the mail sometime soon.
Well, I've been watching Bob here look at his ABC7 weather app.
Yeah, keeping an eye on the storms, and you should be too. Obviously, download the ABC7 and First Alert weather app, and we're looking at some pretty heavy lightning around and a heavy rainfall too. There have been no flooding reports yet, but from the looks of it, over Lakewood Ranch and stretching to the west to Siesta Key, that rain has been coming down pretty heavily now. Here's what's going on with the Casey Key webcam. Everyone on area beaches should be off right now. Those beaches, if you can hear the thunder. And I saw Jess, she could hear the thunder out there. You should seek shelter immediately. And we saw that with a death just about 2 weeks ago out in Siesta Key. A bolt from the blue came away from the rain. Even though it's not raining, you can still be in danger. You can see this overall spin and rotation. An upper level to mid-level low continues to drift across the area. That's enhancing these thunderstorms overhead, and they have been really quite strong. You can see that lined up now. Punta Gorda just around Northport, stretching off to Venice now. Inglewood, although not any rain now, you're getting lightning out ahead of the rainfall. You can see some of those bolts right there. Here's one well to the north of the rain on Longboat Key. Although Anna Maria Island not seeing the rain yet, this is going to create some other little boundaries which will cause other showers to pop up. Again, all of it should be over now. You think about the timing. We got about 2.5 hours before the timing of the fireworks display. So it's going to be over by then in terms of this heavy rain. If it isn't, we're going to have 10 inches of rain, but I don't think we'll see that. Lakewood Ranch, it's still raining there. For over an hour now it's been raining, although it is lessening somewhat in terms of the rate. Rainfall rates were up to 2 to 3 inches per hour, and they still are now on Longboat Key, Aledo, downtown Sarasota, and quite a few lightning strikes. This is within the last 5 minutes now, and you can see that lightning continues to push off to the west. We've had 90 strikes in just that area. Now, as far as the lightning danger goes, this is a strike zone, especially significant right there on Longboat Key, right in the central portion. That's where the heaviest lightning will be occurring, but as I mentioned, it can occur outside of that rain area as well, and even down to Siesta Key, you're in that zone. Tops of the storms have been well above the 30,000 foot level. And there have been some indications on radar of some small hail forming with some of these cells, and this one right now continuing to move off to the west at around 10 miles an hour. There's a special marine warning from Inglewood all the way up into Tampa Bay as a result of these pushing out into the Gulf. This one right here, Venice, this is East Venice right there, has the potential for some small hail just to the west of Warm Mineral Springs, and you can see quite a few lightning strikes right there as well. Nokomis getting some lightning, and then from North Sarasota, Lakewood Ranch, all the way up to Elwood Park. Bradenton, you're not in it yet, but I suspect you'll start to see some of this rain here in the next half hour to 45 minutes as other little surface boundaries start to develop. Although just over the I-75 and 275 interchange, there hasn't been much going on there. As far as the heights go, they have been very high. Small hail reported, possibly Doppler indicated there. The one I just mentioned to the west of Northport also indicating hail. So tonight, showers and storms for at least the next hour scattered about. And then things will start to calm, say after 7:30, and then we'll see mainly offshore showers. And then tomorrow, scattered showers and storms developing and pushing off basically into the central portion of the state. For boaters, it shapes up like this tomorrow. We'll see similar conditions in the afternoon, but generally light winds out there. Seas running 2 feet or less with a light chop on the bays and inland waters. The extended forecast, less of a chance on Friday. High temperature still summer. It's summer-like readings into the low 90s. Heat indices up near 100 all the way through the weekend. Less of a chance on Friday. We'll get back to scattered storms both on Saturday and Sunday. Should be a pretty nice weekend, though. This upper-level low feature will be heading out, so I don't think the intensity of the storms will be as great as they have been over the past couple of days. Back to you.
Okay, Bob, thank you so much. Stay with us.
When we come back, we'll introduce you to one woman who's making local law enforcement smile.
Tonight, President Trump speeding through his shortlist with just days to go before his own deadline. But will some Republicans stand in the way of his potential Supreme Court nominee? Plus, the coast-to-coast weather alerts for the 4th of July. World News Tonight with David Muir, America's most watched newscast.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC 7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
I heard about the Datole Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Datole Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was and some additional cancers that were not found during the biopsy. I would recommend the Datole Cancer Center. As a group of human beings, they are unbelievably great.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to mesobook.com.
Hello, I'm John Merce. Rugs As Art is celebrating yet another anniversary, and I would personally like to thank each and every one of you for the many years of continuous support. All during the month of July, we're having a grand celebration. We have flooded our showroom with yellow tag specials, meaning more discounts and more savings than ever before, plus free padding. So don't miss this anniversary celebration at Rugs As Art, Sarasota's bigger and better area rug superstore.
Performing on stage takes mental and physical preparation. But one thing I never thought to prepare for was cervical cancer. 91% of cervical cancers are caused by the human papillomavirus, or HPV. The good news is there are vaccines that can protect you or your children from cancer. I survived my cancer, but you can stop cancer before it starts. Talk to your doctor and go to thinkaboutthelink.org to learn more.
Hamilton was adopted from a rescue in 2008. He really likes to be around people. And as soon as I start to make my breakfast, Hamilton is right there. I get out my mat and I'm doing a downward dog and he's underneath. He's quite the pug about town. He gets invited to a lot of parties. He knows he's a pretty big deal. I mean, look at this little face. How could you not love him?
Are you a food lover, restaurant goer, or home cook? Then check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, and helpful step-by-step videos. And you'll love the restaurant guide with direct links to your favorite Suncoast eateries. Whether you're cooking in or dining out, whet your appetite with tasty tips from Chef Judy at mysuncoast.com/dining.
Longboat Key law enforcement getting a special surprise on this 4th of July holiday. Mary Ann Mazzaferro, also known as the Cookie Lady, stopped by the police department and fire rescue with some freshly baked chocolate chip cookies.
It's so important nowadays to be able to extend a little bit of friendship and extend a little bit of love and do it through something as simple as a cookie.
Now, we also want to thank the men and women who are keeping our community safe today. They have a huge task ahead of them for the 4th of July holiday, and we greatly appreciate all of their efforts here.
And Mary Ann is invited here. Maybe
We'll take some chocolate
That's
cookies.
right. Good gesture there, obviously. And bad storms are around now. So, again, everyone should be indoors seeking shelter at this point or in their vehicles because lightning's still out there. It's over Siesta Key now, also Longboat Key. Starting to get some development near Anna Maria, too. So, Braden, you've been missing it so far, but I think some will be here in the next hour or so.
All right, we'll see you again at 7 and 11.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
All hands on deck. What's up? I want to point out 3 tips for using the home computer more safely. Point away.
First, stop. Make sure your software is up to date and that you've password protected your computer's login and Wi-Fi connection.
Next, think before visiting a site, opening attachments, or clicking on links.
Then connect, knowing you're helping make the web safer for you
and for everyone. Make Stop, Think, Connect part of your daily online routine.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
Did you know that a dirty CPAP system can make you sick? If you knew what could be growing in your mask and hose, it would keep you up at night. Now SoClean.com has released the world's first and only automated hands-free CPAP cleaner and sanitizer. With its patented design, SoClean is fast, effective, and hands-free, killing 99.9% of all CPAP germs. Try SoClean now through this special TV offer free for 30 days. Just call 800-604-0398.
My health has improved. It's simple to use and I'm not worried about infections.
SoClean works on all CPAP machines and popular masks, destroying CPAP bacteria, viruses, and germs without the daily hassle of washing your system by hand. Just place your mask in, close the lid, and in just minutes, voila! Sanitized and ready to use. Try SoClean risk-free for 30 days. This is a limited time offer. Call now, 800-604-0398. Or visit SoClean.com today.
Soldiers in the Army National Guard serve to give back to their country and communities. Their part-time commitment qualifies them for an array of benefits, such as affordable health and life insurance benefits, education benefits, including tuition assistance, student loan repayment and GI Bill programs, a retirement plan based on part-time service, and VA home mortgages. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about all the benefits available in the Army National Guard.
My name is Blake. I received a heart transplant when I was 2 weeks old. I play defense for the Red Hot Tornadoes. Sometimes my heart starts pounding like faster and faster as I go. I know I have someone else's heart inside me. It makes me feel happy because someone was generous enough to give me a second chance to live.
This gift of life was made possible by an organ donor. Imagine what you could make possible. Sign up as an organ, eye, and tissue donor. Go to organdonor.gov.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.